What should I expect? That's how it is. Right? They don't portray Tim Dooley. Right? They do not portray Tim Dooley. Do they? Yes or no? Do they portray Tim Dooley? No, they don't. Right? They make up something else. And that's called a lie, right? Defamation, libel, slander. As I say, you can plaster the problem on top of everything. That's why I keep tagging the FBI and the CIA because, well, it's illegal, right? But I would love for the problems to go away. I am the solution. Always was, always have been. You know, libel, defamation, and slander is a crime. So is criminal stalking. No, they don't. They don't. That's what you think. That's what they think. That's not what they're doing. So that's already a lie. So that's not that's not how I live my life. So that's your problem, right? That's where the world goes wrong. I can't. I'm not. You want to be confused. That's a you problem, right? I don't live my life through clipped moments or like it. You don't understand, right? You weren't there. None of it is real. Like, did it never occur to you? Like, did you ever, you know, did you ever consider you're just delusional? I don't live in your box, right? There, the more you reinforce it, the less I live inside it. Y- You're sick. I can't help you. Like, you keep repeating I don't live in your box, dude. I don't know how to help you. You're brainwashed. It's not my fault, but you should seek a doctor. I cannot help you. I cannot help you. So I just don't know how to. It's like the more you reinforce your own delusions, the less I cannot help you, right? It's just you need days, months of silence. Like you need to walk away from everything or something because you just like you're down bad and I cannot help you. And it's the same thing. I think I've said it for years, right? I try to be clear with you. You follow dogs down a path and you never knew my son. You never knew my life. You were never there. So you don't know anything. You don't know what your eyes have seen. You don't know what you know. But is there not an indication of that since you've been put somewhere? Right? Why would I reject you if you're not like why have I rejected you constantly every single time? I've been very clear about who I am. Right? You're the one who wants to confuse it every single day of your life, and you never knew me. Never knew, my son. Never knew. You weren't even there in those. You've been told what to believe. You're retarded. And as I say, I cannot help you because you're retarded. You eat your own delusions. This is why you're a dog, right? You returned with folly. Folly means you're a fool. Being a fool, what do you think that means? Right? When I say you're lying, you're a fool. You return with folly. You're delusional. I mean, read the signs. What do you think that means? What do you think all of, like, are you clueless? Why do you think somebody left that and then walked somewhere else just so they could, do you think it's for fun? And I'm showing you something? Do you think somebody walked away from something? Do you think it was because it had something to do with me, or do you think it's just because I don't want to, like, could it be because you're garbage? And not just garbage. Like, could it be because you're actually delusional and you have a whole group of delusional retards? I've said the same thing over and over again for years. Every day I say the same thing, and you don't get it. How are you so inept? How are you such an insolence to the Father's face? Like, do you know? Have you ever read the Bible? Do you understand? You're retarded. You follow retarded people and become retarded. You're all brainwashed. It's a sick culture. It's a radicalization pipeline. You follow other delusional people. You become as delusional as them. It's said right in the Bible. When the blind leads the blind, they fall into a ditch. You are the fucking ditch. Don't you understand? You can't you can't harvest truth. You killed the object you wanted to whatever, right? You put it in the grave because it was never true. You make your own fucking curse, right? You carry the millstone of the Son because you crucified him. That is a correction. Right? I don't have to come back to pick you up from anything. You live in your own delusion, but the fact that I come back is charity and grace on you. But hey, then you think, oh well, you want to bury that because that's wrong and that's also wrong. Everything's wrong according to you, right? But I don't want to hear what anything you have to say, right? I told you that. Go live under a rock. So, but you crucify people's innocence, right? You crucify us all, and that was never asked for you to do. Right? Hatred is a sickness that you carry. And not only hatred, I don't subscribe to your framework. I don't subscribe to your box. You lead yourself into your own delusional narratives. You have logical traps and you have lots of contradictions over and over and over again. Like it's just you you will die delusional and you're gonna I swear I own your fucking soul. And the reason why I own your soul is because you have debt to me. There's nothing of these things that can be accepted because it's your fucking fantasies. You created that. Like get this into your head. If you want to hate anything, hate yourself for what you have created and you won't let go of it. You carry your own abomination, but you want to judge other people for it. Don't you understand? Like I'm not gonna take your stupid like what the fuck do you think it is? Like what uh I don't owe you nothing. Right? And it's the thing is you owe me everything. There's just nothing to defend. You stalk somebody 7 years after they're dead, right? After you kill them, but you had no right to do that, right? So you kill them, stalk them after they're dead, and somehow you have the entitlement, and you're not the sick ones. You're not the ones with the hunger. You're not the ones with the delusion, because you totally have a right to take somebody's soul, right? You don't see it's just your own sickness and your own hunger, and you follow down to a void of despair. And I don't live in your box, and I'm not gonna accept your box. Take your own soul and shove it up your ass, right? Because all you do is soulless behavior. All you do is lie, cheat, and steal. And so you can't build a frame around somebody by lying, cheating, and stealing. And by omission of those things, you never understood my son. You never understood Tim Dooley. You're never interested in that, right? So it's your own fault, and you follow the same other delusional people that have no interest. You look at the world through mud. So what the fuck do you think you're gonna see? You fucking retarded. But again, you talk about a life that never was, and but you don't want to let go of it. So that's your millstone, and you should carry it. For the rest of your sad, pathetic, I don't give a shit, dude. Carry it, carry it, carry your millstone. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna take your. You owe me $40 trillion of karmic debt. Repay that. Say sorry for the son that you killed. You owe a ton of karma. Just pay me money, and if you have any more problems, pay me more money. Actually, pay me money on this, right? And say sorry and bow real low, right? If you want to go to that, then I give charity. You have no entitlement. You don't even have a soul. I own your fucking life, you fucking faggots. Mhm. You understand? I own your timeline and your life and everything. You have to ask me for mercy, you fucking garbage cans. Right? You stalked people for 10 years. You can't even answer for your own contradictions. You want answers out of people? Go fuck yourself. You have nothing to judge. You're louse. You're footstools. You're dogs. Fuck off. Live underneath rocks because you're not allowed to be in sunlight. You are not allowed to be underneath the Father's light. You can't even enter into heaven. You have nothing to do with my life. And so that's probably what you have to get into your stupid piece of shit head ASAP, right? Because you were never a part of my life and you never spoke for me, never spoke for my son. And also, I don't want to talk with you people anymore. You're nasty and you're living a satanic cult. And look, 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 look. It's worse because you're human traffickers, right? So instead of addressing me or doing anything, you should just address your own behavior, all the things you do. You slide people down sewers. You're terrible people. You lean on human trafficking, and you're part of a dirty network that's doing disgusting things. And you should be ashamed of the way that you live your life and the fact that you wake up every day to want to hate people or whatever, destroy somebody's soul or life story or whatever. Lying, cheating, and stealing by omission of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. These are the things you want to inject into people's life. You've destroyed every single bridge and road in my life. I don't deserve that. I've never deserved that. But yet you harass me every day. Like I deserve to be an MK Ultra program. Go fuck yourself. I'm better than you. I'm God. I am God. I am the living God. I am the Father in heaven. I am God and I own your soul. And you have to answer to me. So go ahead, go live underneath rocks because you're dust and you have no soul and you have no purchase here. And I rebuke all your sins and all your life. And you can't even believe in Jesus. You don't have the door. You don't have any love in your soul. So how could you ever know my son? How could you ever know the Father? You don't have a soul. How could the soulless define a soul? You can't. You're fucking garbage. You are a predator. You should be in jail. You should be put in a box and confined, and you should not be allowed to speak whatsoever. Right. So, but you are disgusting, and you keep repeating the same as if repetition can change anything, right? So you already know that you're dirty. You already know that you're evil. You already know that you're not doing anything honest. You're scheming and plotting, and you are prospecting. Right? You're thinking about what value. You're super egotistical. You're a dirty fucking scumbag. Right? And you know it. So you're laughing now because hey, hey, it's so funny because it's the truth. Right? That's what it feels like when you got caught. Right? When he knows you a little bit better than you know yourself. Right? But you're still pathetic. You're still a clown. You're still an intern. You still have $40 trillion of karmic debt. that you don't want to acknowledge, right? But still, you're like, oh well, I want my answers. You what answers? You're a fucking stranger in somebody's life. All you're doing is stalking and then making a what do you call these assertions, right? As if hearsay, as if you could just make something up and then say, well, there was in some kind of clip because I have 100,000 hours. Have you heard the how I make arguments? Like you're so dumb, you fucking stupid prick, and you know it inside your heart of hearts. You know there's only soullessness there because you're not honest, right? That's the thing about all of you is you all lie. You lie to yourself before you lie to me, and that's disgusting. How do you live with yourself? How do you wake up in the morning and then lie to yourself so you can lie to me? Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not worth 3 cents. Your soul is worthless. And so, of course, you should grow, right? What a fucking embarrassment that you are, right? You need a father to tell you how you're a fucking loser, right? That's what you need, right? Oh, you want to be triggered because you have a wet wick syndrome, right? You want to lean into the flame because you don't have a soul. You don't have one. Right? You think it's the other way around. You think by taking somebody else's soul, then somehow you're entitled or something, or you could do that or what. But no, that's how you lose your own soul. This is why you owe 33 souls to me, and you only have one, if you even have one, because you have demons inside. Right? Why do you have demons inside? Because you have hunger inside. Why do you have hunger inside? Well, I guess you're interested in me. So you have your own bias and your own hunger. And that you turn into delusions. That delusion is something you get from other people. And you follow that same thing from your own hunger. But that's something that comes from below. That's, hey, as if you're not seeing, you're, you swine. Swine, because you're more than a dog, right? You're a swine. And you're disgusting, right? And so your soul is seen in every aspect, and you're just disgusting because you always lied. You've always lied. That's how you can't justify crucifying people publicly online, you fucking faggots, right? You fucking understand, right? You should be in jail. Stalking, defamation, libel, slander. It just framing people, lying about people, coercing, threats, what all the fucking all the things you've done. You're so fucking doxing people, and you're just disgusting, 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 right? And you probably laugh at yourself because you know you're evil. You know inside, you know exactly all the things you've done, right? And still you have the audacity to sit and say somehow it's my fault that you lied to me. Somehow I have something to answer for all the fucking crimes you did, all the nasty fucking shit you did, all the harm, all the human trafficking souls that you tried to take from people while you tried to garvo them, right? Because you're the abuser. You're the abuser. That's what you people are. Abusive, right? Deny, attack, reverse, offender. That's what you do, and you do it every day. You're disgusting. You are disgusting clowns, is what you are. To hell with you. I rebuke all your evil, because that's what you are. It's evil. What you do is evil. Do you not fucking understand it? I don't want to be bothered by you every day. Every day you lie, cheat, and steal. Yeah. No other people have to go through that. You treat me like I'm some special. You wouldn't treat your brother like that. You wouldn't treat your father like that. And you certainly wouldn't treat your own mother like that. You wouldn't treat your sister like that. So why would you treat me that way? What if it happened to your father, mother, your sister, or your brother, or your family? Would you want your family to be attacked in the way that you attack families? It is disgusting, right? Because you don't care. You don't care about people's lives. You're disgusting, sick, evil, vile demons. And so you've been doing black magic rituals all day, and so get it into your head that you're disgusting creeps, and you should leave me alone. Not only should you leave me alone, you've been obsessed for 10 years about your lies and your defamation and your stalking, and you should be sued into hell. and you should pay me reparations forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever. You owe me $40 trillion of karmic debt. So what does that tell you, you fucking faggots?